What's up? Today I'm doing a video on like a little comparison video, not really like with specs, but just a comparison video of my S5 and my HTC One M8, because I guess these are the two flagship devices that's, going head to head right now. So as you can see, I got the white Samsung S5 on the AT&T network, and I have the gunmetal gray HTC One, which is on Verizon, as you can see. First off, I'm gonna say the main difference, the two things that the S5 have that the HTC One does not have, are the fingerprint scanner and the heart rate monitor. I find myself not using those at all. It really doesn't make a difference to me. If the S5 didn't have the heart rate monitor or the fingerprint scanner, it wouldn't make a difference, because I don't use either or. I tried to use the fingerprint, to lock my device, but it was not consistent enough. So I would just rather myself just use a pattern, or just not have a lock on my device and use the swipe. The difference between these phones that I've noticed is a big difference in the camera. The S5 has really high quality pictures because, megapixels, is 16 megapixels will beat out 4 megapixels any day. The M8, doesn't take bad pictures. It takes good pictures. I've never really actually blew any pictures I took on my M8 up on my laptop. But, as far as phones and devices go, it takes a good quality cell phone picture. And the gimmicks, as far as the effects go, the 3D effects, because you got dual cameras, they're cool, but you have to take a really well pronounced picture. You have to have you have to have plenty of sunlight, because once you use the flash, or once the picture is too dark, I guess this second lens doesn't kick in because it's only 2 megapixels. So that's kind of like a gimmick too. That's just like the fingerprint scanner and the heart rate monitor on the S5 to me. But as far as these phones go, I will tell you, the best screen, I don't know if we can see it, but to me, the best screen is the S5. The S5 has the best screen. If you look, the S5, the colors are more pronounced to me, and there's more detail on the screen. So for the screen, I like the S5. It's just a better overall screen. They both 1080 by 1920, great full HD screens. Not taking anything away from the HTC One screen. It also has a beautiful screen, but I like this AMOLED screen. It's just a little more pronounced. The colors are a little brighter. I like a bright screen. So the S5 has a gorgeous screen. This also has a great screen, but it's just a little darker. It's a little darker, but it's still a gorgeous screen. It's just that the S5 has a completely outstanding screen. But on that note, as far as speed, I think, let me see, the HTC, the M8 got the 801 processor. I think the S5 got like a 805 Snapdragon processor. But I like to compare this M8 to the iPhone, because this is buttery, this is smooth as an iPhone. The HTC One M8 is the smoothest Android phone I've ever used. Way smoother than my Note 3 and smoother than my S5. This is I've never had any problems cutting it on, cutting it off. Sometimes when you cut the screen off on your S5 and you cut it on, you might find yourself clicking the button multiple times. I've never had that problem. I've never had any lag off this phone the whole time I've had it. And I do have things on this phone. I just didn't get this phone. Is no lag. Is smoother or just as smooth as any iPhone. The processor in the S5 is better, but the ecosystem of this Android 4.2 that HTC did with the Sense 6 is almost like stock Android. So it runs way smoother. Even with the lesser processor, it runs way smoother. So if you want a phone that's just super smooth, this is what to go with, the HTC One M8. This phone this is probably the best TouchWiz I've ever used, but it still has some lag to it. It's not like my S4, my Note 3, but it still does have some lag. It will lag every now and again, and with the home button and see, you know, like just different stuff, bloatware they put in there. This M8, no lag at all. So the processor may be a little better, you know, spec-wise, but I'm telling you, real life, using this phone, you get no lag. And that's what I like about this phone. It's like, it's come to the point where Android has really crushed the iPhone in my mind, because you have a phone with which you can do a lot more than an iPhone with launches and things of that nature, and it's just as smooth and as fast and as reactive. This phone is all getting closer. TouchWiz is getting better, but it's not fast as the M8. Now let me look at some of these specs that I pulled up here. Again, you got the 16 megapixel camera over here, and you got 4 megapixels over there, both 5-inch 1080 display. This phone right here is 5 inches. The screen right here is 5.1 inches. But they're about the same size. Because you know what? HTC boom sound speakers. Now, I watch videos on boom sound speakers, and I really never was into boom sound speakers when they came out on the M7. But now that I have a HTC phone with boom sound speakers, it's a complete quality difference. When you got the speakers on the front, 2 big speakers on the front, you getting, it's not even about bass. You're getting quality bass, but you also getting treble. You're getting clear treble. It's like if you're watching the videos, like the people are talking at you. So like the sound and the processor is a beast on this phone. So I mean, I like my S5, but this phone, if I had to get rid of one, it would be if I had to choose one, it would be the M8, because of we got 2 reasons. This has a better screen, but this still has a good screen, but it got boom sound, and we haven't even got to build quality yet. But this boom sound is ridiculous. Let me see if I can play something and how would it work. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna play French Montana So High. Make sure it's all the way up.
Without any sun, lotus blossom don't cry. Without any sun, lotus blossom don't cry. Without any sun, lotus blossom don't cry. Without any sun, Load us, blossom, don't cry.
Yeah.
Without living, son. Load us, blossom, don't cry.
Penning these lyrics from a hammock with an ounce of kush, a pack of bamboos, and an ice cream sandwich. I'm that dude. Game given to you from an OG point of view. Usually I say.
Now, I don't have any of the same songs over here, but I'm just going to play it. Now, the speakers on the back, they should have put it on the bottom like they have it on the Note 3. Speakers on the back, and the phone's laying on the bed, so you're not going to get that big of a sound. Now I got to lift the phone up.
Like that shit sound like rock music. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. My man Bruno just stepped in. You know how we living it up. We all get money. That's what he like to say.
Now this might not be fair, but if you got the phone on the bed, you're not getting the full sound. Let me go back over here. I want to play the same song. Since we're doing a little comparison, I want it to be, I don't want to have too many different factors. I want to play the same song. Jones, Jim Jones. Let's go. What song was that?
Come on. Give me that double. Give me that double.
Here we go. Bright Lights, Big City, Jim Jones. Now you see that? It feel like Jim talking to you. That's it. I don't even have to play the whole song. You understand?
We all get money. That's what he like to say. It's my life, nigga. Shit. This is a dream of a hustle like a night. I had to butt it in the feet.
That's enough of that. Now, S5 got the screen. HTC M8, HTC One M8 got the good ecosystem, whereas though the processor it's got the smoothness to it, the buttery smoothness. The iPhone smooth as an iPhone. It's got the boom sound speakers. You know what I mean? That's a win there. Now build quality. I'm just going to touch on that briefly. At first, when I seen pictures of the S5, I didn't think I was going to want it. I didn't think I was going to like it. I didn't think I was going to buy it. This Band-Aid back, people call it the Band-Aid back, especially the gold version. I like it. I mean, I like the build of this phone. The thicker bezel is almost like nostalgic to me. You know what I mean? It's thicker. It holds better in your hand than the S4. You can hold it better. My S4 was sliding everywhere when I had no case on it. And this back, it's shimmery white. I like that. Like, I like this phone in white, and I wear my Galaxy Gear watch with it. You know, I got the white and gold or rose gold or whatever Galaxy Gear watch. But it's like a shimmery white. Like, it's not, a picture don't do this phone justice. It's a good looking phone. It's a good looking phone. But it's nowhere I can compare I'm not even sure of the material this is made out of, type of like hard plastic. It's nothing like the Note 3 it's like a hard plastic, you know, with I can't explain exactly what it's made out of, but it's plastic or whatever. But it looks nice. When you got it in person, it's nice. The white one is nice. I don't have the black one. I never really spent too much time looking at the black one. But this is a nice looking phone. I like the bezel personally. The back was something that grew on me. This phone, the M8, is like art. I thought, you see the video I did on my HTC DNA? That was the best looking phone to me HTC ever made. Now this is the new best looking phone. This remind me of like just the gunmetal gray. Just remind me of like a fighter jet. like, hold on, my gesture's going off. But yeah, this is like the best build quality ever. Now I'm gonna tell you this. It looks the best, but it doesn't feel the best in my hand. This phone does not feel as good as this phone does in my hand, because this has a big bezel. This almost has like a rounded bezel. On the sides it's rounded, and it comes to a point right here, so it's kind of doesn't feel as comfortable as this does in your hand. Like you see how my thumb is riding across, around the bezel. It's like a nice thick bezel, something for you to hold. This is like a rounded edge, so it's like, when you grabbing it, is not as secure in your hand, and it doesn't feel as good. But on the looks, with the boom sound speakers, aggressive look, with the gunmetal gray all aluminum build, more aluminum than the M7. I like the way the camera ain't all that, but I like just the way that the dual cameras and the dual flashes look. I never took any night pictures. I haven't really got into the camera. I ain't really had a chance to play with my phones like that. But I like the way they look. A plus on this phone, this 5-megapixel front-facing camera. That joint is serious. Like, you gonna get such a wide angle on the front-facing camera. It's more megapixels than the back camera, which is crazy. So, build quality, I love the S5, but I'm gonna have to go with the One M8 on that, because that's what this phone is built for. It's a certain look. HTC, they're into the build quality, the look of the phone. That's why they come out with a all aluminum gunmetal gray phone. This is quality. It looks like, it looks like it costs. You got to pay like you wait to have an all aluminum gunmetal gray phone. You got to pay a couple dollars. Now let's talk about these UIs. Even though I said it's faster, I like Sense 6. I always like TouchWiz. People don't like TouchWiz, but I like colorful stuff, and I like a whole bunch of different stuff. So this is nice. I like how they got the new menu set up. It's different, It's different, and I like change. It's different. It's something you have to get used to, but I like TouchWiz. I've always liked TouchWiz, even though it's not as smooth as I would like it to be. It's on the way there, though. It's almost there. And I like some of the options they give you. Like you click on this, you got edit, create folder, view, download, hide, Galaxy Essentials, help. So Samsung tries to give you a lot. Sometimes they try to give you too much. This is an HD widget I created because I don't like having a wallpaper and then it being covered up by a widget. So shout out to HD widgets. Go on the Play Store and download that. But so far, I really like this phone. I like the Sense. I like the TouchWiz. Sense is beautiful too. For me, I'm sorry, but it's a tie. I can't pick out this category. I like both of them. I like blink feed. Blink feed grows on me when I want to see everything at once. When I don't have a whole lot of time to go on a whole bunch of separate apps. It grows on me. So that's I like how this drawer is like stock black Google looking. It don't go side to side though. It goes vertical. And it's just so quick that you can't not help but love it. But, this is just my little opinion on the S5 and the M8, because I've been using them daily. And this camera over here, I've been using this camera heavy. I've been taking beautiful, beautiful pictures with this camera. I don't even pull out my SLR anymore like that because, you know, my SLR is 16 megapixels. This is 16 megapixels. And this is on my hip. This phone, the smoothest Android phone ever. Best speakers on an Android phone ever. Best build quality of an Android phone ever. So this is now are they going to come out with an M9? We'll see. But this is a strong upgrade from the M7. This is a okay. If you got an S4 and you in the phones, it's okay to get the S5, but it's not. You don't have to get the S5 because all you really gain is 3 megapixels, a fingerprint scanner, which I don't use, a heart rate monitor, which I don't use. But the display is better. So, you know, the display is better. Like again, 3 more megapixels. The camera is better. And the TouchWiz is better. If you love S4 and you love the TouchWiz, you should go ahead and drop your money on this because this TouchWiz is faster. It's even faster than my Note 3 TouchWiz. I will show you my Note 3 TouchWiz, but that's what I'm recording with. So I'm not going to say, but it's all about what you want. If you like cameras and displays, this is it right here. If you want a phone that don't have any lag and you just want the best, you want to pull it out your pocket with no case on it, and everybody be looking like, damn, that's a slick ass phone. That's it right here. But this is a slick ass phone too, because when I pull it out of my pocket and I got my my gear on my wrist, it's slick. So I mean, it's all on what you like. I'm not gonna say what's the best. I was just telling y'all how I feel about certain categories as far as phones go. So subscribe. Like my stuff. Follow me on Instagram, OG_Bobby, BOBBIE Green. Peace.